Hey guys, what's up? It's JRCuber, and in this video we have another unboxing from thecubicle.com. I am really excited for what's in here. I haven't done an unboxing of like a really big puzzle like this in quite a long time, and I'm super pumped. So in this package we've got a few things, but the thing I'm actually going to be talking about in this video is the Shengshou EXAMINX. Finally, a mass-produced Minx puzzle bigger than the Megaminx, so let's go ahead and get into it. So in this package is also the RS3M. I've got a set of caps for my Yoo-Hoo, my Megaminx, and then this is the Aochuang WRM 5x5. I'll be doing different videos on these puzzles though, which actually should already be out by the time this is going out. Okay. Oh, whoops, it's opening already. This is the most unsatisfying bubble wrap ever. Okay, moment of truth. Let's go ahead and open it up. All right, there it is. Oh man, all right. This is a pretty huge puzzle. Oh my gosh. This feels so cool though with the stickerless plastic. Yeah, I don't have the Shengshou Megaminx. I just have the original MF8 Megaminx, which I think is actually bigger than this puzzle. Okay, so this is the MF8 Megaminx. So this is the equivalent of a 9x9 N×N puzzle, and this is the equivalent of an 11x11 N×N puzzle. They're actually roughly the same size. This one is a little bit smaller, but because it's not pillowed, it feels roughly the same size when you're holding it. This one is just a bit bigger though. So another reason I'm so excited for this is just that the turning quality is going to be so much better than the MF8 Megaminx. That's quite an old puzzle and it doesn't turn that well, and because of that, it takes a very long time to solve. So I'm really excited to check out how this puzzle moves. Whew. All right, yeah, that turns pretty great. One thing that I definitely was not expecting was just for how thin these middle layers are. So this layer here is a pretty good thickness, and so is this one, but these three middle layers are really thin. I don't know, for some reason I just thought this puzzle was going to be a bit bigger. Just the pictures of it made it seem like it was going to be huge, but I just didn't realize how small the pieces would actually be in person. I mean, it's still a huge puzzle. Man, I am so excited to do a solve of this. For this puzzle, I'm actually going to be uploading a full uncut solve video. I'm really excited about that. The Megaminx is already a ridiculously long solve. I've never done it in one sitting. With this puzzle, I'm gonna try and solve it in like 2 days max. I'm gonna try if I can. If possible, I might be able to do it in one sitting. I'm going to try to do it in one sitting. I can't say that I'll be successful, but I want to at least attempt it. But man, I am just so excited to show you guys this puzzle. This is so cool. I'm so happy that this puzzle has finally been mass produced. Interesting story about the EXAMINX. The very first EXAMINX ever made was made by Matt Banner, who later went on to make the Yottaminx. And I actually got to try it at my very first competition, which was Nationals 2012. I was 10 years old at that competition, and it was a pretty cool experience to try out that all-white, really tiny prototype EXAMINX that had been 3D printed and everything. Like, it was so cool to try that out at that competition. So yeah, this is just such a cool puzzle. I really love these stickerless shades. It's really cool. Some people were saying that they wish that it came in black, which I get, but I think with this puzzle, with the pieces being as small as they are, it's just not really viable to sticker all of them. All right, the moment you've all been waiting for is here. It's time to scramble this puzzle. I think the best way to go about this is just dive right in, just start making turns, you know? It's gonna take a long time, but let's get going. All right, so that about does it for the scramble of the Shengshou EXAMINX. Man, this looks absolutely fantastic, all scrambled. Just a huge burst of color. Man, this is a good looking puzzle. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the colors are just so vibrant. It looks so good. Man, it really does take quite a long time just to even scramble this puzzle. Like, I would be scrambling kind of one half of it and then think that I'm getting pretty far, and then you turn it around and realize like the entire other half has barely been scrambled at all. But yeah, man, I'm so excited to solve this. After doing a lot of turning, obviously from scrambling it, I've got to say that these middle 3 layers here definitely are a little bit rough. It's still easier to move them than like MF8 Megaminx layers, but just not quite as smooth as some of the other layers, which is understandable with how tiny these pieces are. Man, so this looks great. I'm so excited to solve this. I'm gonna go ahead and solve it on camera, but for a separate video, and then I'll be back in this video to give you guys my final thoughts on the ShengShou EXAMINX. All right, moment of truth, here we go. Whew, all right, and we are done with the EXAMINX. All right, so we are back with the ShengShou EXAMINX, finally done with the solve. Hope you guys enjoyed that little time lapse of the solve there. So the solve of this huge puzzle took actually not as long as I thought it was going to. My initial estimate was around 6 hours. And it actually ended up taking me roughly 4. And as for the solving experience itself, it was really fun, although it is very tedious and repetitive. The turning quality definitely did improve throughout the solve. At this point, pretty much all the layers turn quite well. The main problem I had was the tips of my fingers getting sore from holding the other layers in place to do a specific turn. You would always end up over gripping just a bit, so the pieces catch on your fingertips, and after like thousands of turns, that really starts to wear down on your fingertips. So my hands were definitely quite sore afterwards, but I didn't really mind. It was still fun. One thing that I did not expect to actually be helpful during the solve was the slight change in piece shape depending on what piece it is. So the inner layers here are a little bit curved and they're thicker than the more square-shaped outer layers, and that actually does give you a bit of an advantage when solving because it just makes it a little easier to immediately identify which piece is in which layer. So yeah, a really great puzzle. Definitely glad that I was able to get a chance to solve this. If you want to get this puzzle for yourself, it's going to set you back about $390. So this is definitely a very expensive puzzle, really only for the most serious of collectors, which I kind of am, so I wish I was able to keep this, but I'll have to buy one for myself sometime. Okay, also before this video ends, I just want to mention that I did actually solve this cube in one sitting, like I said I was going to attempt to do. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Thanks, bye. Anyways, that about does it for the ShengShou EXAMINX. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed the full solve video. If you guys like to support the channel, you can like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, turn on notifications, and use code JRCuber at thecubicle.com for a 5% discount. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.